Good evening, everyone. So, welcome again to our podcast. So, here I am with my co host, André. How are you, sir?
Everyone, great evening. Hope to be of help. Let's get it.
Let's get it. So, guys, if this is your first time, so my name is Italo. Here we have André. We are both English teachers, and every Thursday night, we are here live on an English podcast, 100% in English, that each day, like each week, we bring a topic, a thing for we discuss, we talk about it. And today, André, our topic will be retirement. All right, so we have some
Retirement.
good things to talk about in here about this topic. So, um, I know that, like, I don't know if the people that are watching us, they know this information, but André has lived abroad, so
Yes.
I
That's right.
think you can talk so much more than me about these questions that I have in here. What are
I mean,
ways of, yeah,
I
go
have
ahead, man.
lived abroad as a child, so
Yeah,
that's
but
also a point. I've seen and reacted and interacted with lots of people abroad, but it
yeah,
was as
yeah,
a child. So I spent a lot of my years abroad, but all of them I was either a child or a teenager. So
no.
I haven't had the vision as an adult. So I guess we're equally qualified to talk about this topic today.
But my question is like, what are ways of retirement? Retirement, do you know?
There you go. All right, wait, there you go. I guess that everyone or the majority of people listening to this, they are Brazilian or know how Brazil works. So in Brazil, you have states federal pension, let's say. So everyone pays for this pension so that old people can retire when they are 67. Is it now 67?
Uh, I have to say, like,
Used to be 65, then it moved back
yeah,
on
I
for
think
men,
it,
5
yeah,
and 7 for women.
I think it depends, like, on the tax. I think it depend on like the
Yeah, it
where
used to be
where you
60.
worked.
Women could retire at 60, and men could retire at 65. I'm
Six.
sorry, that's poor research of me. I should have researched this before. Totally,
No, don't worry about that.
but I don't know. It's around that age, so they retire and they get money from this pension that they paid throughout their life.
Hmm.
Whether there are many debates if this is functional or not, this is not exactly my topic now.
Hmm.
This is how it works in Brazil. So in the
Yeah.
United States, for example, you got to do it privately. So you got to have a private pension. You got to invest, or you have to really just have a private pension. You pay a bank or institution to keep
Hmm.
your money there, so that when you have an emergency or when you retire, that you can have access to that money. Because there will be a day that man will not be able to,
Yeah.
hit nails on the head with a hammer,
Sure.
or
And
carry,
like,
carry bags of cement, or
yeah.
just really performing fine surgery. Our body
Hmm.
is a
Yeah.
machine that
Absolutely.
has well, I'm drawing a blank now. It has uh, a validation. What do you call it when you have a supermarket?
Like
The expiry date. We
expiration,
have an
expired.
expiry date.
Yeah,
We have an expiry date. We
yeah,
have an
for sure.
expiring date. For some people,
And
it's not. For some people, it's, but you have an expiring date.
a question about the U.S. Like in here, Brazil, according to the law, you can get your retire. You can retire 67, 60, 67. U.S. as a private retirement, you can retire like at any age.
Yeah, yeah.
No, no, no. This is nice, right? So it all
And also, they
depends.
don't have a law that you can't hire seniors. Like I think in Brazil, I don't know. I'm
Mm-hmm,
not sure. But
mm-hmm,
I'm not
mm-hmm,
sure of
mm-hmm,
this. Like I'm no lawyer, but I
mm-hmm.
think you cannot hire if they're over 70 or something like that, or
I
depends on
think
the position.
I think the idea is not like that you cannot hire. I think you cannot hire who has retired. So like
Yeah,
someone
that's true.
retired and then you're gonna have like
Oh yeah,
a
that's true. But
job again.
retired by the
So
government, you cannot hire them.
that
But in the US, you have some major stores and uh, multinationals that
yeah,
hire senior
hmm
citizens to perform a role because some of them need to work until they are very old, or some of them
yeah,
want to work until they are very old because
yeah,
there's
yeah,
no you can't be sure that you will get money. The government will not give you money
sure.
only for being old like it does in
And
Brazil.
and what you say like about US, that their retirement, it depends on their own, right? It depends on themselves.
Depends on
Like
themselves. Yeah.
so like it's just all about a money. Oh, like I forgot that word now. Literacy. It's all about like money literacy. Like they know
Yeah.
how to invest, how to deal with their money, because if they do that well from their 20s, 30s, when they are 40s or 50s, they can have some choices like, okay, I'm going to stop working right now. I'm going to start like having a certain business or something, or like I'm just going to stop working at all. So I think like this gives like some choices for for American citizens, because it all depends on their money mentality and the way they deal with their money. In here, Brazil is kind of different. Like you don't have choice. Like if you want to retire with like 40, maybe that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
This is interesting. This is interesting.
Yeah.
Nice, nice,
Yeah,
nice.
that's true.
Done.
You see a lot of old classic movies. The cop is retiring like at age 50, at 45. They're ready to roll. This is my last
Yeah.
day here in office.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
because
why.
they plan for that. They plan, but
Yeah.
like this was in US. How do you know how it happens in Europe?
In the Netherlands, it's all different.
Oh, okay.
All it's different all over Europe, but in the Netherlands, you have states pension too. They're
Okay.
both available, right? Just as in Brazil, but you have a state's pension too. They
That's
will.
nice. That's nice.
They
So
will.
I think we can ask the people who are watching us, like, which which kind of retirement style they they prefer, like the ones that the state control that, or you can control that. I think that's a good choice, for you to choose like the way you're going to retire, like, because it depends on you, the way you plan it or the way the state plan to you.
Yeah, you tell
So
you tell us,
yeah,
Mr. Scott, what
uh,
do you think?
my opinion,
Yeah.
definitely, like, if I have like the choice to make like that, I would choose like this one option, because would be like I would work thinking like, okay, at the age 45, 50,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna work anymore, because I plan that
Okay.
every month, every year. I know that I'm reaching closer to my goal of retirement. But when it comes like to the state's control, sometimes, like, I don't know, you reach the 67, but you cannot have your retirement, as we know that this happens.
This happens. That's I was about to add to this. I think in places like the Netherlands, for example, um, 15 million people, whole
Okay.
nation,
All
it's
right.
much easier. But if you have a nation like India, China, United States, Canada, Brazil, that's tricky.
Okay.
That's
Okay. Yeah.
that
Absolutely.
what I mentioned
Hmm.
previously about the debate whether this is possible or not. And there are some
Hmm.
economists who show it using numbers and data that this will eventually collapse the way that we're doing in Brazil. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you can't count on it. You have to pay it if you're if
Yeah.
you're a registered worker, you have to pay it every day. And what you do is my advice, start also investing somewhere else, or
Yeah.
either like a private pension plan from one of the banks, or just really invest. This is what This is why investments are so popular in the US, because in Brazil it's like, oh, I'm going to invest 10,000 because I need 20,000 in 6 months. That's, it's a fool's
Hmm.
game. So in the United States they treat investments like, I'm going to invest 10,000, so 20 years from now, 30 years from now, I can see what I have.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a long-term relationship. They're
Because they
not
were raised like that.
Yeah, they're not thinking about, you know, gaining a lot,
Hmm.
uh, trade day trading or trading at all. It's just invest in something that you believe in, a brand that you believe in, a brand that you know will grow. Of course, there's risk with that. That's why
Hmm.
many people have pension plans.
Yeah, yeah.
It works similar to a bank. You
This
get
is nice.
interest on the money that you invest there,
Hmm.
and
Yeah, yeah.
that's why it's so popular in the US, because you got to have something for the future.
And in case of retirement, like, do you think about your retirement?
Barely.
Barely. Okay, so what is
I'll be
your
honest, I said barely because I only thought about it when we were discussing about this topic, but I do not think about retirement at all.
like? Okay,
In the
nice.
way of getting old and not being able to do what I love. This is what I
Okay,
see, that we
got it.
can even talk a little bit about the meaning of retirement,
Yeah, like
because I
so.
understand retirement for most people that work a 9 to 5 job in the office. You need
Mhm.
retirement. You can't do that, forever. It's not healthy either. But maybe there's a creative movement coming, uh,
A
coming
big
coming
one,
on to
a
our,
big wave.
yeah,
Hmm.
a big cultural wave that people will work more creatively, and that means that you will do what it is that you like until your body literally cannot do that anymore. If it is singing or creating or painting or creative work, whatever that is, creative work will last longer. So this word retirement, in a sense, is really just investment. Do you invest?
Yeah.
Something comes up, something comes
Hmm.
up. For me, this is what retirement means. It's like investment. Like, your house is tear down today. Can you be on your own? Can you take care of yourself? Or do you really need help of others? No, I will need help of others. I ain't got nothing. No, no, I'm safe. I have something that will. This is just like an emergency plan. Retirement is an emergency plan. We just call it
Hmm.
because maybe we call it like that because it's inevitable. You're gonna get old, so maybe call it retirement. It
Absolutely.
it's easier than saying straight to people's faces, "You're gonna die." Or
Yeah. Hmm.
life is short. Are you doing something about it? Are you planning? Do you have a strategy? This is what I think.
Absolutely. God, wow, this is so nice. And as you said, like you don't think much about retirement, like stop working at all. But what is your perspective of retirement? Like, as you said, like there will be a day that you won't be able to
Yeah, yeah. I
to
mean,
work as you do today. So like, what is your
like,
perspective? Like, you're
for
gonna.
example, I keep helping people the way I do now live, but I think I will have myself working for me in the form of videos, right? So I can work at the same time multiple places, and then eventually I'll have one-on-one sessions with people that I know the story, or if people that know me, or if people that I read that I know, and just be at the farm with the old lady. Yeah,
Nice,
yeah, for real.
nice,
this is what it
nice.
is. Like, have
Feed
an
feed the.
office, a old
Mm-hmm.
barn, close the laptop, and go like
Feed the
check
cattle.
check on the cattle. Teach the,
That's nice.
the the grandkids how to knot or something. Keep those old fashioned. This is to me today. That can change, but this is me today, and it has been for a while. I guess the past 5 years, this idea has grown on me. Just return to monkey. I always say
Mm-hmm.
return to monkey. Return
Got
to
it.
monkey. Just like leave
Mm-hmm.
all this stuff. I'm not saying abdicate electricity and all that, because
Sure,
I
sure, sure,
feel
sure.
like
Like, yeah,
be an
yeah.
old man here with my gray beard and gray mustache, wearing a stylish hat, teaching someone something, and then using the internet and the laptop for it. But then just close it out, and I'll see this big field. Go
Mm-hmm.
pick some tomatoes,
Got it.
make
Got it.
make sauce for the neighborhood.
Wow, it sounds a good plan.
Yeah.
It sounds like a
But
plan.
that's it.
Wow.
I'll still be working, right? I'll still be doing things around the farm.
Got
I'm
it.
still doing things around the farm. I'm still teaching. I'm still teaching my
Hmm.
kids or grandkids. Still teaching. So the day
Wow.
I guess me as a teacher, the day I won't teach will really be the last day of my life. So I was trying to teach something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So like you're gonna be like, I don't know, you're 60 or 70. If their student like request some class, some private one say, and
Yeah,
you
not
want.
exactly that way, or like literally English, earning money for that, but like teaching in a way of maybe my great grandchild wants to hear a story, so
Mm-hmm.
I'll teach him through that
Oh,
story. That's
okay.
why I'm
Got
saying
it.
I'm a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I'm a language teacher. I'm saying I'm a teacher. I can
Teacher.
teach people others or other things, like my great grandchild comes to me and asks me if I can tell him about Call of Duty. Whatever that
Okay.
is. Back in my day, I was playing. No, I can teach him something. I can teach him something. I don't necessarily have to teach people languages. I could teach them something.
This is
You know,
nice. This is nice.
maybe he has some trouble with a girl. Maybe he has some trouble with a bully at school.
This. Mm-hmm.
I can keep teaching him. I can be 80 and talking to my great grandchildren. I'll be teaching them, not necessarily sitting in front of the laptop teaching the verbs and
Mm-hmm.
analyzing language with someone else. I could be teaching other things. That's why I'll say I'll be a teacher till the last day I'll be alive. Till the day I die, I'll be a teacher. I'll try to teach people things that I believe are right.
That's a great answer, and that
Yeah,
sounds like a really good plan.
yeah.
That sounds a
Sound
really
like I
good
had
plan.
this answer written down before. It was
Do
freestyle.
you? Do
No,
you?
it was freestyle. Honestly, it's great. I feel like a therapy session.
Yeah.
Felt like a
Like,
therapy session. Look, things are bothering me about the future, but there you go.
I got
Guess
it.
I'm a
I got
teacher.
it. Wow, but like, wow, it made me like reflect on some things in here. Yeah, I
No,
think you inspire me like him to think about that. Because uh, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I am 28, so I have like long years to work hard.
I'm
Long
27.
years.
Just became 27.
No, you didn't. No.
I'm
So
pushing
like, and
40 now.
André is older than me. Okay, guys. So I'm 28. So you guys can guess Andre's age. Look at his face. You guys can write in here Andre's age nowadays. So I'm not gonna say that like I'm 28. I know that I'm gonna have to work for long years. Have to, need to, and I want to. So it is important to say because we are still like I don't know, like I really do believe like 28, 30 is like not like an advanced age. You're still like young, so there's so
Not
many
at
things to
all.
do.
You're super.
However, I have thought like, okay, when I'm gonna stop, how things gonna be, So I really do think sometimes like at which age, you know. I have a student. I think I've told you that. I don't know if he's here, Leonardo. I'm gonna say the name because he said I could say his name. And
Yeah,
he's a
right.
great guy. He's a great student, and he has a very nice retirement plan because he has already in his head an age, an year that he's gonna stop. And the most important, he knows what he's gonna do after that. So I think that is like as you said, as you answered that, like I'm gonna stop working and somehow, but you have a plan what you're gonna do like after work, because I think the biggest mistake, like people think so much about retirement, especially in Brazil. I can't wait to get to have my retirement. Okay,
I
but
see that as a,
what are you gonna do then?
yeah.
Like I'm just gonna, like, I don't know, I'm gonna wake up 10, I'm gonna see my friends and everything. Okay, but like just have this in mind. The average people that retire in Brazil is like with 1 or 2 minimum wage.
So this is the same thing that I said about it. Retirement is just investment. That's the same reason why a lot of winners
Hmm.
burn through their money.
Exactly,
9 out of 10
exactly.
cases.
Because like they,
Because the mentality is still the same. So
exactly,
you have
they,
worked all your life and you have kept the same worker's mentality. So
yeah.
you'll be a pawn your whole life.
Sure.
Life would be a pawn.
And
Does not mean, look, don't get me wrong. Sorry, Italo, just to be
no,
very clear.
don't worry about it.
Working for someone else does not make you a pawn. Totally
Not
different.
at all.
You could
Not
be
at all.
autonomous and still be a pawn
Yeah.
of the system. So this is
Mhm.
just to be clear.
Sure. Because like what I said, like it's not wrong you think about your retirement. That's not
Yeah.
like wrong. And but I think like as André said in here, retirement is a plan. You know, what you're gonna do when you have like time.
There you go.
Like okay, like
What would you
there's
do now? What would you do now if you had time?
like
Right?
if you like if you tomorrow you don't need to work, but I'm not saying like just tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like
It,
tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, like all day. So you don't have to work. Nobody's charging you. Like you're not like under pressure anymore. Okay, what are you gonna do?
There you go.
I'm gonna just scroll Instagram, YouTube.
that
and so
should be
on.
your retirement plan. No, not scroll Instagram, but that should be your retirement plan. Your retirement
Exactly.
plan should be focusing on something that you want to do. You really want to do.
Where are you gonna live after retirement? Like what do you think to have when you retire? So these things I think about.
Yeah.
These things I think about, you know, like, and I do think like I don't want to. This is I'm saying like here, if there's students watching, probably there are. So I don't want to retire. Like when I say retire, like stop, like because let me just rephrase that. When I
Take your
say
time.
the retirement for my meaning is doesn't mean like stop 100%. You know, it's just to slow down. You know, just to slow down. Like I don't need that rush anymore. I don't need to work like more than 12 hours a day. I can slow down. I can work 4 or 5 hours per day. You know, I think that is a kind of retirement in my perspective nowadays. Maybe it can change. You know, and
Yeah.
I want to achieve that. I want to achieve that before 50s.
For your
Way
50.
before my 50. You know,
You're-
40
you're-
something.
For those
You
of
know?
you who are listening, you know, Italo is very close to his first million. So
Okay. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's doing
Yeah.
this for he's doing this for poops and giggles.
Yeah. I'm just doing this because just for fun.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just for poops and giggles. It's just for,
Exactly.
help a brother out. Put me on the map. He's putting me on the map.
Okay. Don't
Yeah.
don't
he's
believe on
close to
that.
his first
You know?
million. All right.
So my perspective of retirement is like that: is have a plan for like not you reach retirement, but to do after you get retired, and also like I think it's really important the age. I think we need to set an age. Like from that age on, I'm going to slow down things, or if someone is watching us
At
have a
all,
different
stop at
perspective,
all.
like stop at all. You know, I think people should have a concern about that. Okay, plan and what you're gonna do after and the age. But then let's think about like, okay, we got retired. Like we got our retirement. Then we're retired now.
Yeah.
Which option is better in your point of view to slow down things or to stop like completely like at all? You retire early, like younger,
Yeah.
with like less money, or you just will be able to achieve your retirement late, like after 70, but with a lot of money.
So again, that goes a little bit against my beliefs of what retirement really is.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if I'm doing what I love, then of course I would choose the second, because I'll keep doing it longer and I'll have more money, right?
Sure.
So this would be my answer. But again, this kind of shows that like for us, for many of us, retirement is just like, putting your hand
Mhm.
and just being able to go. I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, I want to wear socks and sandals and go
Yeah,
around the
mhm.
neighborhood with the hands behind my back,
Yeah.
judging everybody." That's not that as fun as funny as that is. It's not really a good plan.
Yeah,
Doesn't
yeah.
really sound like a good plan. Just do nothing. Like even if it's something that you're never like, take up drawing classes. Maybe start drawing. Start
Yeah.
modeling. Start doing something. I don't believe doing nothing is really an interesting thing. But so my answer is I'd rather do work longer and retire with more money.
Yeah,
How about you?
exactly. The same.
Same
The
thing.
same, the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. Because as I said, like my retirement perspective is to slow down, to slow down. Like, let me just give an example. Like December, I took some weeks off. I
All
had
right.
to. It was my first vacation being a father, so I want to have some moments with my daughter and everything. But after 2 weeks, I don't know. I start to feel like something different, I need the pressure, I need to
Mhm.
have like the busy routine because I don't know, like, I have been doing this like since my 17 years old. So 11 years I've been doing that straight.
She.
Yeah. So
I'm
I
my
think
10th year.
10 years, yeah, good. So like, you know what I
This
mean?
is my
So
anniversary.
I think what you said, like when you retire, like I don't know, take some classes, drawing classes,
Yeah.
piano classes,
Yeah.
guitar classes,
Yeah. Go do something.
because we talked about that, and I'm gonna share for you guys who are watching. When we were planning this class, this podcast for you guys, I shared to André a research that I have read, and I don't know exactly the number, but it was roughly 50% of people who retired, especially men, after 4 or 5 years of retirement, they are depressive. So they are in depression. So after 4 or 5 years, they are home, as André said, like they're wearing socks and sandals. They are reading newspaper, I don't know, 2 o'clock p.m., and they are going to sleep 6 p.m. to wake up, I don't know, 4. I don't know.
Mhm.
I think after 4 or 5 years, their retirement, they get in depression. So
Yeah.
they're sad, they don't have energy to do anything else. According to the research, they have an explanation for that. When you're working, like in our business or working for someone else, you are under pressure. You have a routine. You have piles of work paper to do. Have like a schedule. You have deadlines to meet. So you are always under pressure, like you're an active person. But then for overnight, I don't know, you worked until Friday, Monday, you don't need to work anymore. So your level of performance is still high, but nothing is pushing you more anymore to achieve high things. So you have a high skills for like nothing, and this makes you feel like make you underperform until you get the moment that you are feeling like very depressed. So that's why I want to retire, like just slow down things with 40, 50. But this is my goal. I'm planning for that, but with money. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because, Andre, as we know, everybody here, there is something that we call inflation.
Yeah.
That, like, okay, like I don't know, our grandparents, they retire like, I don't know, 10, 15, or 20 years ago with 1 or 2 minimum wage. But that money that they retire, they can do like so many things nowadays,
Yeah.
So people should consider about that. I think everything go back, Andre, to what you said. You should invest your money. You should plan for your retirement day. Because okay, I'm gonna get 3 minimum wages. Perfect. All right, you can live well. But what about in 10 years? You're gonna still have 3 minimum wages.
Yeah.
And in 20 years, you still have only 3 minimum wage. So what is something really good for you in the first year of retirement? Oh, I don't need to work, I don't need to do anything, and I still got money. Great. But in 20 years, you're still not going to do anything, but you're still going to get the same money. And we are human beings. We are always ambitious. We always want to do something, but we didn't plan very, very well. You need to be like, you need to stick with those minimal wages that we retired. So I have the same opinion for sure, for sure. Wow, very nice. Do you have something to add, Adam, about like this topic about retirement?
Not at all. Not at all. I think we covered a lot, and that's the idea. Like, don't think of it as retirement.
Yeah.
Make a plan. Just make a plan. Plan it
Yes.
out. Plan it out. Don't if you see yourself, wearing an open blouse, walking around in socks and sandals. That's your goal. I don't know, man. Who am I to judge? But maybe that's not really a goal. It's just like watching life
Or
pass.
or like you can like wear socks and sandals in your like your beach house in
Jeez.
Florianopolis, for example,
Yeah.
in Fernando de Noronha. That would be different. That would be different. That would be different.
Um,
That would be
Very
different.
good.
You know.
Nice. All right, but I think that's it. That's it.
That's it. Well, guys, so thank you so much for you guys being here. It was a great podcast. And next week, we're going to have our next episode. And the next episode, André, will be about money.
Next episode will be about money.
Will be about money. So we can have a connection from this episode to the next one. So they're like, wow, about money, we have like, I don't know, thousands of questions we can answer about that. But I really appreciate it for everyone who watching us in here live and the ones that are gonna watch us later. André, if the everyone that is watching us want to follow you on other social media, where they can find you?
Right here. Am I pointing it right?
The other side.
The other side. That's so embarrassing.
Yeah, yeah.
Right here.
At-
It's André Amaro. That's it.
Perfect. That's right.
All
And
right.
if you guys wanna follow me on Instagram, on TikTok, it's right here
There
at
you go.
Italo
You're right.
Silas. So André and everyone, thank you so much. Have a fantastic evening, and I see you guys next week. Have a good one. Take care. See you around.